I literally could not believe, can believe when I saw this clip from Wolf Blitzer, who I kind of rotate between Wolf Blitzer and Chuck Todd, who's the worst. Some days I think it's Wolf Blitzer, some days I think it's Chuck Todd. Watch this clip. Wolf Blitzer talking to Senator Rand Paul about whether we should be helping Saudi Arabia in their genocide of
We
Yemen.
are refueling the Saudi bombers. So we are essentially part of the bombing campaign. We're helping them choose targets, and we are refueling the Saudi bombers that are dropping the bombs. It is said that thousands of civilians have died in Yemen because of this. Yes, we need to have a debate over this.
So for you, this is a moral issue because you know there's a lot of jobs at stake. Certainly, if a lot of these defense contractors stop selling warplanes, other sophisticated equipment to Saudi Arabia, there's going to be a significant loss of jobs and revenue here in the United States. That's secondary from your standpoint.
We are
I'm
refueling.
going to play that one more time because it's so shocking that an actual American journalist even asked that. Here we go.
The Saudi bombers. So we are essentially part of the bombing campaign. We're helping them choose targets, and we are refueling the Saudi bombers that are dropping the bombs. It is said that thousands of civilians have died in Yemen because of this. Yes, we need to have a debate over this.
So for you, this is a moral issue because you know there's a lot of jobs at stake. Certainly, if a lot of these defense contractors stop selling warplanes, other sophisticated equipment to Saudi Arabia, there's going to be a significant loss of jobs and revenue here in the United States. That's secondary from your standpoint.
I'm speechless. I am literally speechless. A United States journalist literally just asked, based on morality, a U.S. senator if all the jobs that might be lost are a sticking point in us helping Saudi Arabia commit genocide on Yemen. So that would be like, as a Jewish person, if CNN, MSNBC was around back in, I don't know, 1942, Wolf Blitzer saying, well, you know, what about all the jobs that are going to be lost, you know, from General Motors and these car companies that have German subsidiaries? You know, we make a lot of the Nazis' automobiles and other weapons for the Nazis. That literally is the same thing. And the thing that's so striking about it, what Wolf Blitzer asked, he sees literally, it's like he asked it and he sees literally nothing wrong with it. Literally nothing wrong with it. Because Wolf Blitzer and CNN and MSNBC, they see literally nothing wrong with what we're doing to commit genocide in Yemen. I am somebody who covers domestic issues mostly. I never, you know, I think there's great people who cover foreign stuff. You know, Lee Camp, Max Blumenthal, Rania Khalek, Jimmy Dore. I don't cover it that much. I'm covering it a little more since I'm not in the field. But I got into politics during the Iraq War, during the beginning of that. That's when I got into politics. I happened to know someone in high school who was killed during the Iraq War. To me, war is a very, very serious thing. It's not something that you base going to war or supplying people with weapons for whether we, you know, keep people in jobs. You don't help other countries commit genocide to give Americans jobs. We help give American jobs by putting money into education and to infrastructure and to healthcare and to other areas that don't kill innocent civilians around the world. And if you think I'm being dramatic, think about what Wolf Blitzer just asked him. So you look at this from more of a moral point of view, the fact that we're helping Saudi Arabia commit genocide and drop U.S.-made bombs on a wedding in Yemen, killing over 20 people, including the bride. Those are U.S.-made weapons that were dropped on that wedding in Yemen last week. Barely heard it covered. By the way, I go into that in depth on my podcasts, which you can find on patreon.com/Jordan Sheridan Reports. Become a patron to get all my podcasts and all my video diaries. I just can't. And I know today's live stream has been heavy on, taking down the corporate media, but there was just, I had to. I could not believe this. What Wolf Blitzer just did is basically admit what I've been saying, what Lee Camp has been saying, what Jimmy Dore's been saying, what Kyle Kalinski's been saying, what the Young Turks has been saying, what a lot of people have been saying. Corporate media is literally an arm of the war machine. That's why I call it the Trump media industrial complex, because it's basically the military industrial complex, evil stepsister. Nicholas says death equals profit. Yeah. And you know what's amazing to me? Wolf Blitzer actually is Jewish, and he did a documentary on the Holocaust for CNN years ago. I remember it because my father watched it. My father's very religious, Jewish. But he sees no irony, no inconsistency, no problem with bringing up U.S. jobs in relation to Saudi Arabia and arming them. By the way, Trump just approved, I think, 110 million. Was it million or billion? Sorry, I forget. Extra arms exports deal. So we could send more arms to Saudi Arabia. Because who the fuck cares if we kill innocent people around the world, right? Who cares? They're not Americans. Frankly, we don't even care if we kill Americans anymore. Look in Flint. Somewhere along the line, folks, I know when, started in about late 90s, early 2000s, our media was hijacked by corporations, and inserted were public relations professionals, political operatives, masquerading as journalists. And what they do on a daily basis is sit under lights. Right now I'm sitting under very poorly lit lights, and they sit under lights, they put makeup all over their face, and they literally regurgitate United States government, intelligence, CIA, FBI talking points. I don't agree with Rand Paul on everything, but I thank him for fighting against this illegal war in Yemen. Bernie Sanders has also called for the end of this. So has Tulsi Gabbard and many actual progressives. But Wolf Blitzer, I mean, that's a sickening clip. Sickening that he even brought up, well, what about the U.S. jobs that would be lost if we stopped being an accomplice to mass genocide in Yemen? Thousands have died. The numbers of people starving or sick are in the millions. And a big part of it, honestly, is so Saudi Arabia could go in and take the oil. Because that's what every war is. It's about the oil. As I end today, I say one last time, I know a lot of you are already subscribed to my Patreon. If you aren't, I hope you'll consider it. You could go listen to my latest podcast, Beat the Press. You could go, I did a very, very entertaining diary today where I talk to you while I'm doing my back stretches. We're going to be doing monthly video calls every month. Our monthly video calls just for patrons, So we do monthly behind-the-scenes video calls for my patrons, and we lay it out in the line. We do Q&A. So definitely check it out. If you cannot subscribe, that's fine. I don't want to put anybody out. If you have financial concerns, share it. Share these videos. Make sure, Don't just share it. Post separately, like your own post on your Facebook, on your Twitter, on your Instagram, on whatever. Post. YouTube.com/Jordan Chardon Reports. Patreon.com/Jordan Chardon Reports. We are trying to launch Status Coup. And I literally can't do it without you. I know when the celebrities say, oh, I can't do it without you. No, they could do it without you. I can't do it without you. Jen can't do it without you. We need you. I want to answer to you and nobody else. We'll probably have our next video call. I don't know, what's today, April 30th? I don't know. Maybe next weekend. Maybe we'll do 2 this month. So thank you to everyone who has been contributing. Patreon.com/Jordan Chardon Reports. Tell your friend, tell your mother, tell the mailman. Take care, guys.